And we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. I'm not going to waffle about too much this morning. I'm already in another trade. Still in that GJ trade. It's really just been consolidating all through the night and all through this morning already so far. So all I can really do is watch it play out. I think it went into break even maybe about 30 minutes back, just pre-London Open. But we'll just have to see what happens, and then yeah, let me switch over to the chart. So you talking about, sorry, I actually forgot to switch over to the chart. Okay. So still in the GJ trade, like I said, just been consolidating. I might, if this does go up to break even, I might actually just close straight, because it's one of those frustrating ones. Like, just stop me out or do something. EU, in a sell on EU at the moment. Took a small sell. It's Friday. Don't want to do anything major. I really just went through my analysis this morning, just to make 100% sure that I was on the money in terms of what's happening in the market. So I am in a sell. Looked at, or basically marked out this level of supply over there. What it wasn't too, how can I say, in terms of the actual trade itself, it's not a high probability one for me, because I would have liked to see, what I generally like to see is a area of supply or demand, and then a gap, a candle that's a little bit imbalanced there as well, that the market can come back to and tap in. There was this imbalance over here. Let me mark that out. There was that imbalance, and then the market basically retraced into it. So there essentially wasn't anything much in it, really. Just this supply zone. The trade that I am on at the moment, so let me just choose the right tool, is 16 pip stop, 32 pip take profit. I'm not expecting much from the market today, but we'll see what happens. I'm in an additional trade there, and then, like I said, with GJ still in this trade. GU, not really seeing much happening here. Very ugly in terms of the charts. And then on gold, I put in this order over here, marked out these levels, this demand level over here, that little imbalance. This is high probability. The only reason I didn't end up taking it, so I'm not in a trade in gold. The only reason I didn't end up taking it is because it was pre-London, I believe, when it tapped in there. And like I told you in the previous video, I don't like taking any trades pre-London. So I'm gonna watch this. If it plays out, I'll be happy that my analysis worked out. Might be a little bit salty that I didn't take the trade, but rather stick to my analysis, stick to my rules. Don't do certain things and get in the habit of doing things that's not within my plan, because then I'll ultimately lose money. So that's where we are. Gold currently looking good. This is a 90 pip trade with a 45 pip stop loss. Let's look at what the dollar is doing. This retracement over here is very strange. Let me look at a different DXY pair and see if we are seeing the same thing. I don't know why I just overlaid that now. Let's do it here. let's see on the TVC chart if we're seeing the same thing. No, so there's not, it's not showing the same thing. Let me just take this off here. Not showing the same thing, so it's probably just a bug in the system there. Okay. So not too much happening on the dollar either. A lot of consolidation after CPI yesterday, so I'm assuming that the market might be a little bit flat. Hopefully we get a little bit of volume in New York on this dollar, but I'll just be watching out for that. So yeah, we'll see what happens on my EU trade. Obviously with this pair, I'm a little bit I am a little bit more comfortable with taking trades on this pair because the dollar to pip ratio isn't that bad. I also reduced my risk in terms of the size of the position that I took here as well, given that it is Friday, so I don't want to have too much risk on the table. This is the trade that is bumming me out at the moment. Very frustrated with this pair at the moment. A lot of consolidation happening on this GJ pair at the moment, so I'm hoping that I can see some sort of direction on this pair, but it remains to be seen. GU, I'm not going to touch GU today. A little bit too range bound for me, I believe, up until it breaks out of, I would say even that, but until it breaks out of this consolidation here. Not really keen to do anything. I don't like trading ranges. I'm not a scalper like that, but we'll just have to monitor and see what happens. I'll monitor this gold trade as well and then provide further updates. So I'm gonna pause or stop this recording for now, and then I will be back. It will be a few seconds for you, so I will then be back. I will be back.
You had your heart set on me, but this feels like coming to where we started out.
Okay, we are back after another hour. Need that. The market. Why is the ants? Yeah. Okay, market came back down to that entry level there on gold. EU still chopping me up here, so very likely that I'll take a stop loss. On gold, what I actually marked out here on gold, this level that it tapped into there, see it's a massive supply level. I think it was on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, there's a big supply there which they tapped into, and that's why I had that big rejection. But if you wanted to get in again, you could have possibly got in again. Okay, and then on, like I said, GBP JPY, I'm out of that trade, but I'll still leave it on just to see if it plays out. GBP USD came back to a level that way too messy for me, so I'm not planning to do anything on that today, being Friday. And that is the 11 o'clock update. There was some observation that I wanted to mention. This is it. So one thing I find with trading especially, and it being a very psychological and emotional thing, when you, or for me particularly, when I place my trades and I'm able to step away from the charts and not constantly keep it open and come back and check it maybe every hour, it suits me a lot better to do that, because if I'm on the charts constantly and I'm looking at the trades, especially when you are in drawdown or even when you are in profit, let's say you're at a 1-to-1, you very much want to close those trades or be anxious when the trade starts to just reverse slightly on lower time frames as well. So a good tip that I've implemented in my own trading is just stepping away from the charts, doing something totally different. Maybe even just if you need to be at your PC, close your trading view, switch the charts off, so that you're not too focused on the moves that's happening on a minute by minute or second by second basis, and you're not affected by that. If your analysis is correct, then you don't need to worry as to whether you need to close the trade early, either when you are losing or when you are winning as well. So I do find that a good habit that I've developed over the last while is just when I'm feeling that anxiousness in terms of where the market is going, close my charts or step away and then come back later and see what the market's done. Ultimately, a lot of the time the market will go in the direction of what you've analyzed. A lot of the time we end up closing like I just did with this GJ trade. Closed it early when in fact the market is going in my direction. So just something that I picked up and something that I thought I'd mention on my trading. So that's it. I don't know what is up with all of this ants here, but I'm going to check it out and I'll see you in an hour.
I'm coming home, Savannah. We'll never be alone, Savannah.
You see, and now I'm realizing that the music is still too loud. Anyway, okay, sorted now. Let me get into the charts quickly. We go to gold because I saw gold rallying over here. You'll see that entry there. So what ended up happening is that I wasn't going to take the trade, but then I looked for a deeper retracement, and I actually took the trade. I'm just taking a screenshot and I'm going to paste it here so I can show you that I did actually take the trade. It just hit TP now, so my TP was a little bit lower on my MetaTrader because you can see I took the trade lower, so 26.37, and on TradingView this trade is showing 26.39, so I was a little bit lower, or my entry was a little bit lower over here, and that's why my TP was there. So that was my gold trade now for the day. Once again playing out. Gold has been so good to me. Gold has really been so good to me. So that is the gold trade over there. That's my gold trade for the day. Not planning to take any other trades, even if it looks good. It's Friday and I don't necessarily want to be doing anything else on gold for today. On EU, we are playing around here. You'll notice that I almost got stopped out. I think in the previous segment I was saying that it looked like I was going to get stopped out, but didn't. The market ended up coming back, and really just playing around this area. I actually wanted to go on a higher time frame to just see what is happening at this level over here that it's rejecting, and just go a little bit back in time to see why the market is reacting the way it is over there. So how far back is this? This is August, the last time that the market was at this level. So you can obviously see what I'm seeing is some resistance broken through, market coming down, breaking back through, and then consolidating all around, breaking back below, coming back, testing, breaking above, and then immediately coming down. So there was a lot of play around this level when it initially came to it, broke through, and then sort of retested, but just broke through, consolidated a hang of a lot, and then eventually went up, and then from that point on it was smooth sailing, because then the market just climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed. So that was really good, man. That was really good. Really, really, really good. So we are back at this level, and it's probably going to do a little bit of the same of what it did previously. It's consolidate as it is, but also look at this in terms of my video yesterday. Came down to this S2 level. I think I called it to say that we're going to bounce off this S2 level and continue all the way to the, well, not all the way, but continue to the upside. And I think I said that generally the market doesn't always go down to that S3 level. And what happened? Market came down, tapped into that supply, went down, and then tapped into it and continued up. So what we could potentially see is the market continuing to either consolidate at this level or go to the midpoint between this S1 and this S2, and then set the new pivot levels for the new week. I'm not marking this trade, but I'm gonna let it play out. I'm not gonna close it early. If it stops me out, it's nothing too hectic. If I also pull up the line chart over here just to get rid of a little bit of the noise, you'll see that there's a swing and then a swing high there, but then we also broke, so it's almost creating this very popular pattern that people know of. A bit of a head and shoulders on the 1 hour. On the 15-minute, there is a Mount Kilimanjaro there that it created, so we'll see what happens over here. Yeah, there is an extension on this leg over here, but I'm really just going to let this trade play out, whether it stops me out, whether it goes into take profit. What I don't really want to get into is keeping this trade over the weekend, because I know that I'll have a negative swap on it, and I think the swap versus the TP that I have on here, it's not actually worth it. So depending on where we are before market close tonight, I will close this trade. If it hasn't automatically closed in New York, I will close this trade whether I'm in profit or loss, and then we'll take it from there. But yeah, I'm just happy about this dang gold trade, man. Yo, gold has really, 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 really been good to me. Being good to me. The reason my tool is sitting over here is because I initially drew this out, and I put the pending order was initially on that 2639 level, and that you'll see where it tapped into. And then when I saw it coming back down, sort of going to this little whipsaw over here, when I saw it coming back down, I thought, what's the worst that can happen? I can reduce the or change the level of entry closer to the demand zone over here. That would ultimately mean I'll reduce the stop, and then it would also ultimately mean that less risk on the table to potentially go and take out that highs again. And as you can see, that's exactly what it's doing. Made a high, not necessarily, it made an equal high over there, came down, and now back at equal highs over there. So I am done on gold for today. GU still a little bit range bound, even though that is nice and impulsive. Could have potentially caught a move on GU with a demand setup over here. Nice and clean in terms of what it is doing, but keep in mind again, this is counter trend. Because my bias is bearish on this pair, it is counter trend, and usually on my counter trends, or when I'm taking any trades counter trend, I will go for a 1-to-1. So if my stop on this was 15 pips, I'll go for a 15 pip take profit, and I'll just increase my lot size so that it makes sense in terms of the stops. I always use a position size calculator to calculate my position size in relation to my stop. And if you had taken this demand setup, would have been a nice quick 1-to-1. Your take profit would have probably hit in the next few minutes, so that would have been a potential good trade. My eyes are always drawn to impulses like this, because I know, especially with trading, with scalping on demand setups, these clean pushes to the upside or to the downside, or to the downside, you can really get some quick trades off of those. Not to say that this was quick, this wasn't quick at all, because it went up then slowly retraced, but look at the point of entry. So you've got a 15-minute candle that is, so you entered basically on that 15. So let's say 15, 30, 45 minutes, so under an hour on this trade, and you would have taken 15 pips. For some people, that is a bread and milk's money. So there is potential in the market, however you look at it, whether you're a longer term trader, whether you're a scalper, there is always potential in the market to find setups that work for you and your trading style. Like I said, I'm more of an intraday trader, so I enjoy taking trades that run for durations longer than an hour, sometimes even up to 15 hours. I mean, the GU trade that not GU, sorry, but the GJ trade that I closed just as I got into break even here, you'll see it's still running, and this has been running for hours, absolute hours. But I'm out of that trade. The only trade that I'm in is this Euro USD trade at the moment, and depending on what happens with that trade, I will decide. Okay guys, so that is really all from me in this video today. I analyzed, I conquered some of what I wanted to conquer. I disappointed myself a little bit with that GJ trade. Still in an EU trade, not really looking all that great, but I will let it play out and see what happens. I will check you guys on Monday. I'll probably see what's happening during the New York session. Don't think that I'll record it. Maybe I'll do some snippets for Instagram, so you can go and catch that there. But I will be trading on Monday again. I won't possibly do London session recordings because I've got quite a few stuff to do on Monday. But I will definitely do New York session and upload. Like I said, I'm trying to upload a video every single trading day. So obviously I can only trade from Monday to Friday. And we'll see how this goes. So I hope you learned something. If you've got any questions, pop it down in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe, share it with people who you think might be interested in trading. And I'll check you on the flip side. Be safe, happy trading. Cheers.